Sneekylinux back in the house, yeah. Sorry to do a video yesterday, but I'm a bit bruised and battered at the moment, and I'll tell you a bit later. I should say, no, I'll tell you later near the end. I'll tell you why, okay. Right, today's video is OpenShot. Is it any good? Well, there's several ways of thinking about this. It all depends what you want out of it. Now I'm going to open the current version, the modular version of OpenShot, and in general, with this Steam and etc., you can do quite a lot of stuff with it. But they've changed a lot from the old versions, which is what I don't like. And we're going to go through some of them with you, okay? So we've opened the program. It's hunky-dory, super duper. So if we go to File, okay, get New Projects, open your project, Recent Projects. Can you see I've got 3 projects here that are not actually there anymore? Okay, they're not there anymore. No, they're gone. And it's still there. That didn't happen in the previous version. Okay. Just one little gripe. Save your project. Save project as. Import some files. Choose your profile. I'll quickly show that now. My default profile on here is 1080-60. You know what I mean? What I mean by 1080-60 is 1080p and 60 frames a second. And it's super duper at doing that. No problem at all. Renders beautifully. I must admit, after the first install and everything, it's only crashed once on me since, so obviously it's settling down, if that's even a thing, okay? You can export your video from here or quit the program, okay? But under Edit, you get to undo, redo, clear history, but only on your current project, okay? Only on your current project. So that won't undo the history of my recently used projects, so that's no good. If we go to Preferences, okay, there's plenty here for you. So if we go to my language, the default theme, you can get some more if you want them, but the dark one's probably best, if you know what I mean. Your image length in seconds, basic volume, the command path for Blender for doing other stuff, I'll show you that in a minute, and the command path for Inkscape. Okay, so we'll close that. No, we won't do. We'll go to Profiles. There's my profile again. Now, say I want to go up to 4K, which it does do OpenShot quite well eventually. It does 4K. 2160 up to 60 frames a second. How well it will handle that, I don't know really. I wouldn't be like to tell you. But it handles 25 and 30, not too bad, because I've used them. No problem at all. Yes, it does take a little bit longer than time. Yeah, in time immemorial, you might as well go and have a cup of tea. Even on my machine, it's not the superest fastest renderer in the world. But bear in mind, it is multi-platform, so I'm not too worried. I've got autosave on, because what happens sometimes, you go to do some other images and it will just go, layers, it won't crash, it will just go. So make sure you always save your stuff. Cache for your memory, okay? I've got it set to 1028. I should really put it up to 4096, okay? But 1028 for short videos should be hunky-dory. The more memory you can allocate to it, the better at the end of the day. I'm saving mine to my memory. Remember, I've got quite a lot of memory in here, and it's DDR4. Not DDR3, so that makes quite a lot of difference. It's a lot faster. But you can choose to save it to your disk if you wanted to, but that's going to slow things down even more. And then you've got a separate, so we say SSD, just for that. So if you could find yourself, say, a 64 gig SSD that's quite fast, that might be a better idea, to be honest with you. Okay. There's your image format, which is PPM. For me, that's for disk only. Okay. Same as scale factor and image quality, so we'll close that. I won't go to debug. The keyboard shortcuts are all there. You'll be better off going to the website and just printing out the whole list if you really want to use OpenShot that much. Okay, that's that bit out of the way. Titles. You can do an ordinary title. So I've clicked on title. This is just the basic things that come with. So if you want to do an intro, or something that goes on top, or sunset now, a TV rating, so you can put your TV rating, whatever that is. TVG, okay. You could change that to whatever you wanted to, no problem. The standard title, change it in the lines here, so if I want to change that to here, I'll just show you. We'll change that to Sneekylinux. You'd also do the same on the bottom, so if I highlight that, and we copy that, get rid of that, and then paste that again. That'll come out like that, that's fine, okay. You can change the font colour and the text colour, that's fine, okay. But you can't change the let's see what fonts we get. Okay, you get a few fonts here, that's not too bad on this section. On the other sections, you don't get so much difference, okay. So that's what you can do, so I'll cancel that. That's how you can do your basic stuff for text and pictures. All quite basic. It's nowhere near as professional as Lightworks, Kdenlive Live, etc. It's for beginners to intermediate at the end of the day. Now the next one. Dun, dun, dun. Excuse my washing machine in the background. Is animated titles. Now you've seen some of my videos where I do some. For me, it's ideal just to like make a few that you're going to use all the time, and you keep them in a folder, and you can keep using them. Bearing in mind, I've got a very fast machine here with lots of RAM, DDR4, a decent graphics card, a super duper chip. Even doing some of these things will take some time, okay? So if you've got an old 4 core, you might want to say, click on titles, do your options, and then go and have some dinner, cup of tea or something. It could take up to 30 minutes. I'm not kidding you. I used to use this on the old 6600. It worked, okay, just took a long time. Yeah, a very long time. Bearing in mind that machine didn't have much memory though, okay, so I'm not too worried about that. But there's lots of options here for you to do. The exploding text one, I'm not going to click on it because it will start running through the actual program. If you click on there, it will take a little while. Rendering is not too bad, it's just when you want to resize and change the text, okay? But go have a play with it if you've got it installed and you'll see what I mean. And then try to render something. But if say you've got a couple of days spare or a day spare or a few hours and you want to do some intros and stuff like that and just let it run and then keep them in a folder, it's super fine, okay? That's all I use it for. Now you see what I mean? Nah, he says he doesn't want to be there. Oh, I bet it's going to... No, it didn't crash. My God, if it was going to crash. Okay, here we go. Next is view. So view toolbar, which I want. It is better to go full screen with it, to be really honest with you, because you need as much real estate as you say in the United States, or estate agents, as we say here. You read as much area as you can get. So if we move that down, if you're only going to use 3 tracks, you get a lot more area to use. Okay, so move that back up anyway. And under help, it's context, tutorials here, report a bug, ask a question, translate application, donate, and all about. So if we click on all about, it's all about, yeah, super duper. That's okay. Copyright says 2016, and this is the one that comes with it. I didn't want to get the latest, greatest one because it wouldn't go with the PPA. And I don't want to snap. No, guys, I don't want to snap. Okay. If you're going to keep the snaps, then obviously less people are going to use you. Okay, the next bar we have here is a new project, open a project, save a project, undo, redo, import files, choose your profile. See, we've been through all these already, haven't we? Make it full screen and export. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up my videos folder and just put one in, this one in Game Changer. And we'll put it in, we'll drag it down to the first timeline. Now with my audio, I changed the audio before I put it into the video editor, just so I can make it right and it's not too noisy and it's not rubbish, basically. So what I would do here is, so I've already done the audio, I would put the other part of the audio here in the second line, and that would be audio only, and this one will be video only. So to give you a way of doing that, if you right click here and go to separate audio, you can actually separate the audio in the program. It was easier before, trust me. And now that second channel there is audio only, so you can change that, default that, and move things around. So it's quite intuitive in that respect. Okay. What isn't intuitive is the way they decide to do things down on this left hand bar. I don't like it whatsoever. Luckily enough, you can do it all from the right click here. So if I right click on the video itself, you can copy that, add effects and keyframes, do your fades, animate, rotate everything you want to here, the layout itself. So if you're adding like pictures and stills and PNGs, you can all add them here, and the time. So if you're doing speed things up, that's what you do. Volume, you can do the same here. Separate all I just said, and then slice. You can actually slice it all together. Transform, we'll go into another video, and it won't be this week, trust me. Display, you can show the waveform or the thumbnail. Super. So if I change that to show waveform, Will it change? Well, it's doing woggly things. Things are going round. I'll click on F11. Yeah, it's doing stuff. It's still going round and round and round. As you can see up here, things are happening. Yeah. But nothing's changing in my timeline. So we'll give it a bit longer. This is why I've named the video OpenShot. Is it alright? Basically, was it okay? All depends what you want to do. If you want to do real basic video editing and work your way around it and learn a few things to start with, it's ideal. Don't get me wrong. Okay, it's ideal. But if you want to start to do complex stuff, it's just not there. Especially apparently for the Windows version, it crashes all the time, as far as I'm aware. But can you see, nothing's happening now. It's just going round in circles, taking loads and loads of time. All my cores are up here doing nothing, whereas they should be doing 100% getting the job done. That's the whole point of doing this, okay? The whole point. You want to make your videos in as short a time as possible. And if you can't do that, you can't use it, can you? It's just... yeah. So that makes it really for home use only. I mean, if you was doing this at home on your old 4-core machine with 4 threads, you're just going to be waiting there, looking at a book, turning a tablet on and doing something else, haven't you? Right, the waveform is eventually done. This is the waveform of the video, okay? Can you see? So I can move that along, and off we go. So it got there eventually. But if I save that project, everything will be there. If you see what I mean. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close that down, and we're not going to save anything. If you want to do intros, you're better off getting Blender, do a crash course on Blender in say 4 or 5 days, and make your own intros. It is quite simple. It's not difficult. Okay, you can do it. I can give you some directions to go next week. I'll get some verification to make sure you're allowed to use them, because we use them in schools. Okay, but we'll try and do that. But yeah, you're better off going into Blender and making your own intros and stuff like that. It'd be so much easier. So OpenShot, is it any good? Yes, to start with. It's a good start. Okay, but don't expect too much of it on a really old machine. Okay, unless you can get the older version for your older machine, that will work better for you. Otherwise, you might as well go for a different editor completely. You might as well just go straight in with Kdenlive. I mean, I'll open it up for you and you'll see what I mean. In Kdenlive, you can actually make all your processors work all the time. Okay, so the work gets done so much quicker. And yes, I don't like this theme. I'll be getting rid of that one. So yeah, OpenShot, is it any good? It's alright, but don't expect too much. Sneekylinux out. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Anyway, this is the bits I've got to tell you before the end of the video, which I said I would do at the beginning of the video. Now, remember a week or so ago, I'd done some outdoor videos. We went through some fields and went up to a church and around and discussed some certain things. Well, before I actually took that video, I was going down by the river and took a 10-metre tumble, a sheer tumble, right down to the river. So, I am limping. I have black, green and yellow bruises all over my foot, ankle and lower leg, and parts of my upper leg, my arm. I thought I broke it, but hey, I just moved on and carried on doing the videos for you guys. So yeah, limping sneaky at the moment, limping sneaky. Not very good. But yeah, that's the things us YouTubers do to get stuff out for you, and you don't realise it. Sneekylinux out for the final time. See you later. Bye-bye.